Nick is by no means satisfied with the reward. He is selfish and greedy. You owe me $200 altogether, Bob. When are you going to pay me back? I'm sorry, I'm hard up. There you go again. To Brian's surprise, his debt amounted to a considerable sum. Stop clinging to your glory days or you'll be left behind. You cannot escape from today's harsh realities, so you must adapt to them. Prosperity does not last forever. In other words, it will come to an end one of these days. Proper qualifications are required for the position. Computer literacy is a must. Enclose a resume in this envelope and submit it to the personnel department. It's optimistic of you to believe that things will work out. At best, there's a 50-50 chance. Registration forms can be obtained free of charge. Please give us a call now if you want to participate in the workshop. For further inquiries, please feel free to contact us toll-free at 1-800-555-1212. How's it going, Bob? Could it be better? I did well in my job interview. Good for you. He gave instructions to the trainees, but they couldn't make heads or tails of them. You can't do two things at one time. It's out of the question. Do them one by one. Bob, don't disturb her. Mind your own business, he whispered. If you persist in bothering her like that, she'll lose her temper. He was so childish that he couldn't resist temptation. Stop making a fuss. It really gets on my nerves, she shouted. There is no point in talking back to Nick. He's a dictator, so to speak. They are very polite in his presence, but actually, they always talk about him behind his back. You despise Nick, don't you? On the contrary, I look up to him. His constant insults aroused an anger. I'm fed up with just shuffling papers and pouring coffee. I've made up my mind to quit. In reality, many people have difficulty making ends meet. How can you get by on $100,000 in a month? Female clerks may well complain about their routines, which are not challenging at all. Thanks to a fundamental restructuring, our surplus has swelled threefold. Many people today think of loyalty to a company as an absurd notion. I have to commute all the way from a distant suburb. I'm sick of it. I want to spend the rest of my life pursuing my ideals. After retirement, Teresa devoted herself to caring for orphans. For the sake of the children in need, we cooperated to collect the donations. The charity is named after the man who gave away some 2 billion yen. His autobiography was released today and was sold out by noon. Ted, who is often referred to as a man of integrity, is going to run for mayor. The candidate was disappointed by the outcome of the election. The municipal council should concentrate more on specific issues. It is a case that those who live on a pension are forced to lead a hard life. We should leave out this data. It's far from accurate. We tend to associate politicians with hypocrisy. They are primarily concerned with exploiting us, not with enhancing our living standards. The man once exerted a dominant influence on the Conservative Party, but now his power is diminishing. The spokesperson refused to make any comment, saying it's under investigation. The police say there's someone pulling strings behind the scenes. The executives entertained the bureaucrats at Ryote or exclusive Japanese restaurants, hoping for something in return. His secretary flatly denied leaking any confidential information. No one dares to contradict his or her employer for fear of being fired. He sacrificed his promising career to retain his dignity. I might as well kill myself as reconcile myself to my fate. He was about to commit suicide by swallowing poison when he thought better of it. The vague rumor proved to be false. Nevertheless, some skepticism lingers on. A senior official is suspected of accepting bribes from a company, but there isn't sufficient evidence to arrest him. Jason, who was in charge of the project, was dismissed for corruption. To my knowledge, he has not been involved in the fraud scheme. They found out the truth while examining a pile of relevant documents. During the trial, it came to light that they had been covering up illegal transactions for decades. The detective took down his testimony on the spot, word for word. For the first time in my life, I felt a pang of conscience, but there was no other way out. I'm still haunted by a vivid nightmare I had last night. By and large, reporters don't hesitate to intrude on one's privacy. The author revised his manuscript over and over again. He is second to none when it comes to finding fault with others. On the whole, the elite are not sensitive to criticism. When a tabloid revealed that he was a drug addict, his reputation was all but ruined. They considered every aspect of the defense program and pointed out numerous flaws. We will not tolerate anyone who engages in terrorism. The notorious Nerval was ultimately captured and confined to jail. Troops were swiftly called in to put down the liar. We should appeal to reason instead of resorting to violence. I suggest we adopt flexible tactics for the moment. The armed forces succeeded in occupying the entire territory. Under the circumstances, the enemy has no choice but to surrender. They can't hold out any longer. Sooner or later, the hostages will be set free. Under the reign of tyranny, innocent people were deprived of their citizenship. Some soldiers were reluctant to obey the commands. His regime is bound to collapse. The Allies condemned the invasion as a violation of the UN resolution. We cannot rule out the possibility that civil war will break out in that country. The colony declared independence and it became a republic.